I want to talk about Palawa Vipassana Jnana, strong insight. There are two kinds of Vipassana Jnanas. Taruna Vipassana Jnana, weak insight knowledge, and Palawa Vipassana Jnana, strong insight knowledge. Taruna Vipassana Jnana is composed of Namarupa Prechira Jnana, Pajaya Breka Jnana, Sammasana Jnana, and Udayabaya Jnana. So Taruna Vipassana Jnana, tender insight knowledge, is the cause for the arising of Palawa Vipassana Jnana, strong insight knowledge. Palawa Vipassana Di Bhayatu Patthane Jnana, Adinawa Nupassane Jnana, Maujidu Kamyata Jnana, Sinkharu Pekha Jnana Di Jadona Jnana Adiwajana. Palawa Vipassana Jnana is composed of Bhaya Jnana, the knowledge of fear, Adinawa Jnana, the knowledge of fault, Maujidu Kamyata Jnana, the knowledge of desire for deliverance, and Sinkharupekha Jnana, the knowledge of equanimity towards formations. The rest of the stages of knowledge are not mentioned, as they have similar natures. In fact, Palawa Vipassana Jnana consists of Bhinga Jnana, Bhaya Jnana, Adinawa Jnana, Nibbida Jnana, Maujidu Kamyata Jnana, Patisinkha Jnana, and Sinkharupekha Jnana. Here only the most distinct four stages are treated as Palawa Vipassana Jnanas. Therefore, Palawa Vipassana Jnana consists of Bhaya Jnana, Adinawa Jnana, Maujidu Kamyata Jnana, and Sinkharupekha Jnana. One who diligently practices Vipassana meditation to attain Mega, Phala, and Nibbana should discern these stages of Vipassana knowledge. When you practice Vipassana meditation, as you reach the knowledge of discerning mind and matters, you come to know that breathing in and breathing out, which cannot discern the object, are separate things, and the noting mind, which can discern the object, is a separate one. Thus, you come to know mind and matter distinctly and separately. When you reach the knowledge of discerning cause and effect, you come to realize that because the object, such as breathing in and breathing out, is occurring as a preceding cause, the noting mind must follow and observe as a succeeding effect. Thus, you come to know cause and effect. At the knowledge by comprehension, as you observe and note breathing in and breathing out, the painful feelings, dukkha vedana, becomes especially prominent. When you observe and note these dukkha vedanas, you come to understand by contemplation anicca, dukkha, and anatta. at the knowledge of rising and passing waves, the beginning and ending of the in-breath, and the beginning and ending of the out-breath become especially prominent. When you observe and note other objects also, the beginning and ending are obvious. Thus, you come to know that they are the rising and passing away of mind and matters. In this way, you come to know the knowledge of rising and passing aways. If you realize the rising and passing aways, then anicca is clear to you. Then you will also realize whatever is anicca is dukkha. Whatever is dukkha is anatta. In other words, due to the observation of rising and passing aways, you clearly realize that mind and matter are anicca because they disappear right after arising. They are dukkha because they are constantly oppressed by rising and passing waves. And they are anattas because they do not obey anyone's will, or you have no control over them. When you clearly see the three characteristics by observing the rising and passing away of mind and matter, the noting mind becomes very quick and sharp. Even when you can note along quickly, you will not observe the arising phenomena anymore. All you observe are only the dissolving phenomena. Whatever you look at, you observe the dissolution of phenomena. The knowledge that observes the incessant dissolution of phenomena is the knowledge of dissolutions, Bhinga Jnana. At the mature level of Bhinga Jnana, you can see the noting objects and noting mind continuously disappearing like a mirage or a bubble. In the Dhammapali, the Buddha said this verse, Yathapi Pobulakam Pase, Yatha Pase Marijika, Ewan Lokam Awakhandam, Maju Raja Napasati. If one sees the world, that is the five aggregates, as a bubble. If one sees it as a mirage, one will not be seen by the king of death. When you see each object disappearing with the knowledge of dissolutions, you will not be subject to ignorance, craving, karma, rebirth, or aggregates. Since there are no aggregates, there is no death. By gradually passing through the stages of knowledge, beginning with Bhinga Jnana and culminating in knowledge, that is the fruit of arhatship, you will absolutely experience no more rebirths and consequently no more deaths. Therefore, if you see the five aggregates, the king of death will not find you. At the figure, the knowledge by comprehension, the knowledge of dissolutions, you clearly realize that mind and matter vanished in the past. They are vanishing in the present, and they will also vanish in the future. As a result, mind and matter begin to appear as fearfuls. At this point, the knowledge of fear, payanyana, arises. That is why Visuddhimagga says, by realizing that formations have vanished in the past, are vanishing in the present, and will also vanish in the futures. At that time, the mind will see the fearful aspect of formations that vanish each notice. Also, those objects that you reflect upon will be seen as fearfuls. Thus, the noted minds will not be as willing, joyful, and enthusiastic, since as it was during the knowledge of rising and passing away and knowledge of dissolutions. Instead, you will feel unhappy or dismayed. This fear does not feel like the kind of fear that frightening ghosts or enemies aroused. It is merely feeling disheartened or distressed due to truly understanding how frightening them really are. Here is the knowledge of fear really frightening. Of course, it is not frightening. In reality, it is simply mere judgment that past formations have vanished, present formations are vanishing, and future formations will also vanish. So when the knowledge of fear is mature, it is followed by the knowledge of thought. At this point, you will not see any of formation that you observe as pleasant, good, or substantial. Instead, whatever you observe will be experienced as unpleasant, detestable, and harsh. So thus you are said to attain the knowledge of thought, adinava jnanas. Whenever you experience only the disappearance of the noting mind and noting objects, you see them as fearfuls. When you reflect on the first rising of physical and mental phenomena in these lives, you see it as fearfuls. Seeing and understanding it in these ways is the knowledge of fear and knowledge of thought. This is how these two knowledges arise. When the knowledge of thought is mature, it will be followed by the knowledge of weariness, nibbida jnana. When you see mind and matter as faulty, you develop disgust in these things. You are no longer happy to possess them. You are dispassionate toward them. You are weary of them. You are said to develop the knowledge of weariness, nibbida jnanas. The Visuddhimagga describes how this knowledge develops as follows. Sabbe Sankhara Anicca Yada Panyaya Pasati Atha Nibbindati Dukkhe Esa Mekko Visuddhiya. All conditioned phenomena are anicca. When one sees this with insight knowledge, one becomes disenchanted with dukkha. This is the path to purities. Sabbe sankhara dukkhati yada panyaya pasati atha nibbindati dukkhe esa mekko visuddhiya. All conditioned phenomena are dukkhas. When one sees this with insight knowledge, one becomes weary of dukkha. This is the path to purities. Sabbe dhamma anattati yada panyaya pasati atha nibbindati dukkhe esa mekko visuddhiya. All things are anatta. When one sees this with insight knowledge, one becomes weary of dukkha. This is the path to purities. We can understand these verses as follows. With the inferential insight that occurs spontaneously because of mature empirical knowledge of dissolutions, a meditator sees that all conditioned phenomena are anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Then, by seeing danger and defects with his knowledge of fear and knowledge of fault, the meditator grows weary of and fettered with dukkha nature or all conditioned phenomena. This is the path to purifications. However, according to Visuddhimagga Mahattika, Visuddhimagga commentary, these verses can be explained in these ways. With his preliminary knowledge by comprehension and later knowledges of arising and passing away and so on, a meditator sees that all conditioned phenomena are anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Then, by seeing danger and defects with his knowledge of fear and knowledge of fault, the meditator grows weary of dukkha nature of all conditioned things. This is the path to purifications. The three knowledges, that is, knowledge of fear, knowledge of fault, and knowledge of weariness, actually only differ in degree. They are immature, intermediate, and mature forms of the same understanding of formations. They are quite similar in nature. They are also related to each other. For some meditators who experience the knowledge of fear, the knowledge of fault, and knowledge of weariness follow immediately or within a short time. For those meditators who proceed to higher knowledges very quickly, only one or two of these three knowledges will be distinct. Although the nature of only one is evident, it is sufficient experience for the purpose of insight knowledge, as their nature are the same. As a result of the knowledge of weariness, Nibbida jnanas, the meditator becomes weary, tired, and sick of all formations. He does not adapt his mind to any of three existences, forms or generation, by destiny, extras. Instead, he wishes to get free from all formations. Then the knowledge or desire for deliverance, Mojidu Kamyata Jnana, arises in one who has no more attachment to any formations and wishes to escape from them all. If you want to be free from all formations, there is nothing else to be done but to deeply understand the three characteristics of formations and to continue with the observation as usual to reach the equanimous noting mind. Therefore, at the knowledge or desire for deliverance, you must observe the arising and passing away of formations once again. Then you can see the three characteristics. This seeing or understanding is the knowledge or re-observation, Patisankha Jnana, because this observation happens once again. The meditator wants to be free from all formations and so observes them again, because he does not take them to be I or mine. He abandons fear and delight with respect to these formations. The meditator's mind is balanced and he feels equanimity towards all formations. Seeing it in this way, the meditator's mind retreats, departs, withdraws from, and no longer expands into the three existences, forms or generation, by destiny, etc. Either equanimity or repulsion becomes well established in the mind. This knowledge is called knowledge or equanimity towards formations, Sankharupeka Jnanas. Here, desire for deliverance, re-observation, and a balanced awareness constitute this knowledge. In the early stage, when you feel weary of the initial arising of phenomena and are eager to escape from them, it is the knowledge or desire for deliverance. In the intermediate stage, when you observe the phenomena anymore for the purpose of getting free from them, it is the knowledge of re-observations. In the last stage, after he has freed from attachment, a balanced awareness becomes well established. It is the knowledge of equanimity towards all formations, Sankharupeka Jnanas. So for a meditator who is practicing vipassana meditation, has reached Sankharupeka Jnanas, as he observes and notes breathing in and breathing out, he will find that the noting mind stays with those objects. The noting mind, and he does not wander to any other objects. While in the lower levels of knowledge, he has to put special care so that the noting mind does not wander to any other objects. However, after he has reached Sankharupekkha jnanas, he does not have to make special effort to see that the noting mind does not about. It stays put on the noting objects, such as breathing in and breathing out. So those who have reached Sankharupekkha jnanas will come to know these qualities, so they are able to practice in one posture continuously for long, for as much as 2 hours or 3 hours. Both noting object and noting minds become more and more gentle with the time. There is no mind wandering from the noting objects to other objects. These are the qualities of Sankharupekkha jnanas. Actually, Sankharupekkha jnana is the highest stage of vipassana knowledge. All the stages of vipassana knowledge lead to the attainment of mega, phala, and nibbana. So may you practice vipassana meditation and attain mega, phala, and nibbana.